Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Arya Putri. I am from Educational Management class 2028, and I want to explain how my subject is professionals. First, I want to tell you about this education management. Education management is also designed to be a science that learns about professional tips and knowledge that is developing the education system, and also as a forum for reference from education programs. Education management is also a part of education that specially explains how the angle of cooperation between organizations, and also why the organization is based on a special code of ethics in the professional profession. Education management is also defined as the management of people by programming in a structured manner to be well organized. That way, the person can also make professional decisions by considering which ones are strengths and which are the problem points in an organization itself. However, the broad meaning of education management is the handling of a member of the organization with an attitude that is regulate and direct, and then decides by direction of the leaders to achieve the goals of the education organization. In education, management is an activity to integrate education resources so that they are focused on achieving predetermined education goals by directing people to carry out their activities as a reason to achieve goals. That is moving other people to manage facilities, materials, tools, and also cost by using certain methods or by people who are important with the profession. In the context of education, many are still familiar with the term education administration. However, in a broad sense, management is defined as a process to achieve organization goals by carrying out activities, namely planning, organization, directing, and coordination, and even more so with the stage of monitoring and evaluation. Although there are various definitions of management or administrations, both general and specific in terms of education. However, essentially, it can be taught with the understanding that education is an activity that uses various resources and also as a conscious effort to achieve certain goals. Okay, next I will explain about in education management. There is a quality management which plays an important role in its development. Therefore, here I will explain about some points regarding quality management. Okay, education quality improvement management by Intensive Arya Putri. Preliminary, the quality of education is not only seen from the splendor of the education facilities it has, but the extent to which the output or graduates of an education can develop as a complete human being as the stakes of education are. Education that is carried out in a structured manner, or we can say in the sense of having a curriculum and a systematic management system, is education that is held on formal and non-formal channels. This formal path is often referred to as school education. In essence, education that contributes to national development is education on this path. The three paths are an education theology that synergistically boosts the nation through the development of human resource from not knowing to knowing, from knowing to being skilled, and from being skilled to being an expert. And the next, I will explain about four concepts of quality management from education management itself first, quality history. I will explain first introduce to the text and fix problems during the production. Number two is a definition of quality. There are address the background of the emergence of the quality movement and know the definition of. Number three is definition of integrated quality management. Is explain how a concept that applies a various quality principles to grant a product that has quality specification. And the last is quality principle. Is explain the equality principle specification. Number one is a quality story. Quality story is the concept of education quality management and that originates from total quality management or TQM. Deming was the first to introduce TQM. The concept of TQM initially developed from the idea of realizing a quality products to finally cover all aspects of the organization. Deming side is basic concept known as Deming philosophy. It's that the use of proper and good management will lead organizations to improve their quality. With increasing quality, it will simultaneously reduce the cost of the organization. And next concept is a definition of quality. The definition of quality has variations in how it is defined by each person or party. If we trace the background of the emergency of the quality movement, we will meet quality experts with various views on the philosophy of quality. Quality is a description and also the overall characteristic of goods or service that indicate its ability to satisfy customer needs. And then quality is also defined in the perspective of absolute quality and relative quality. Quality is the level of good or bad or the level or degree of something. This term is widely used in business, education, engineering, and manufacturing in relation to techniques and concepts to improve the quality of products or service or other. Next, number three is a definition of integrated quality management. Total quality management or TQM in the field of education aimed at improving the quality. Competent friends or for outputs or graduates with an indicator of the competence of both intellectual and skill and intelligence, mind, spiritual, emotional, and balance between hard skill and soft skills as well as active, creative, and innovative and adaptive to the development of science and technology and employment. Integrated quality is not something that happens suddenly and appears before the teachers, employees, and the head of school. Quality must before the theory of quality, namely the quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement. Institution of school that the implication can improve students' competencies that from the CPS mean the improved students is aware of the rights and obligations to guard on him on the environment. ISO site quality management system is a management system to control and direct the organization in relation to quality or quality. One of the business education management system which is recognized worldwide is ISO. WISE is the most famous business management standard in the world. Next is quality principle. The first is customer focus. However, the main focus of quality management is to meet customer requirements and strive to exceed customer expectations. Number two is leadership. However, the leaders at all levels set and unify goals, relation, and create conditions in which people are involved in achieving organization goals. Number three is engagement of people. That's why competent, empowered, and involved people at all levels are essential to achieve an organization's capability to create and deliver value. Number four is a process approach. These predictable and consistent results will be achieving more effectively and efficiently if activities can be understood and managed as infinite process and function as a complete system. Number five is improvement. However, successful organization always focus in improvement. Number six is evidence-based decision making. However, decision making based on analysis and evaluation of data and information has a greater probability of achieving the expected results. And the last is relationship management. How to maintain success, the organization must manage its relationship with interested parties, including its suppliers. And next, what approach is most effective for our own organization, where there is no definitive answer to this, as every organization has its own unique external and internal context. The notes below can be used as a practical reference. The most indicators of PKM in which our organization is located, the greater the need for that organization for full-scale integration. The higher the demands of the organization factors on the consistency of the quality of products and service expand in their value creation. The greater the need for the organization to carry out full-scale integration. The larger the organization, both in terms of size, market coverage, and or the basically categories, number and types of products and services. The greater the need for the organization to perform full-scale indicators, the more uncertainty both of it and amount and that an organization face, the greater the need for it for full-scale integration. The more complex the business process an organization adopts and the more partners it is in the value chain, the greater the need for the organization for full-scale integration. Okay, thank you for the attention and as I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.